Paper folding activities can provide a great opportunity for children to learn about two-dimensional shapes. Here I have a piece of square paper. If I do a hot dog fold, I ended up with an oblong, or another word for rectangle. If I open it up, I can see that I have got a crease lines in the middle. If I fold the bottom bit here so that it's reached the center, I fold it in half, making sure that the tip here is as sharp as pointy as possible. What I now have is a right angle trapezium. If I then fold this point, so remember, I start with the bottom, folding it up. If I fold the top, opposite side, downwards, what I now have is a parallelogram. How do I then fold a similar shapes using the same dimension of paper? Well, because if you remember, when we open it up, we had a square paper with these dimensions. So if I need to fold, if I want to fold one that is similar to this, by similar it means that it has to be in equal proportion but slightly smaller, I will have to reduce the size of this page. I can do this by first, again, making a hot dog fold. I have two parts. If I fold on this side, and I fold the top down, I now ended up with 4 equal parts, 4 equal segments. If I fold on the other end and do the same, I ended up with 16 square grid. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this column and 4 down the row. If I fold this in and fold this in, I have just successfully reduced the paper into a smaller piece. So now I ended up with 9, whereas if I have an original paper, I actually have got 16. So now I ended up with 9 square to work with. I can do exactly the same fold. First, making a hot dog fold, I can then fold it up and fold this down. I get a similar parallelogram. Now, interesting things can be shown to children to know why they are similar. If I superimpose the small one on top to the top one, I can tell that each of the corners are exactly the same. They are exactly the same. Because their corners are exactly the same, we can also say that, and the shapes looks the same, we can also say that the side lengths are in equal proportions. Now, how do we fold a rhombus using square papers? Well, you can do this by first do a diagonal fold. Diagonal means means across, gonal means corner. So you fold across the corner. So this line that runs across the corner. So that's what you can do. You can then open it up and you place your paper in this way. If you fold, you can see there's a midline across here. If you fold this so that it touches the midline, making sure that you have a sharp corner here, and you do exactly the same fold. You ended up having a kite. If you then took this segment and do exactly the same fold as before, folding to the center, and you fold this way to the center as well, what you now have is a rhombus. A rhombus is a 4 straight-sided closed shapes with 4 equal side lengths. So how do we know that the lengths are equals? Well, you can easily do this by folding it in half. So if you fold this in half, you know that this side length is the same as this side length. This side length is the same as this side length. By comparing informally, you can tell that the side lengths are the same, and you can also fold it this way to show that this side length is this length is the same as this length. This length is the same as this length. If you fold it this way, you know this side length is the same as this length. So this is a rhombus.